I am Max. Since I was little, I have been the only child in the family. Do you know how difficult my temperament is? My father told me to go east. I immediately went west. He told me to cook rice. I starved myself. My parents were worried about me. One day my father brought me a pack of instant noodles. Unexpectedly, there are still such delicious snacks in the world. Since then, I have been addicted to eating instant noodles because my father always sees me eating instant noodles all the time. He is worried that it will not be good for my health, so he is very annoyed. But that's just how I am. The more people say, the more I do the opposite. As long as it's simple, I'm happy. My father saw that and stopped me from eating instant noodles. I was angry at that time, so I pinched my nose with one hand, deliberately trying to suffocate myself. But this made my father even more furious. So he took a stick and started hitting me. I felt like the world was dark, but also a little scared, feeling that the food was no longer tasty. So I went outside and went to the toilet at the base of a tree. Later, the neighbor's dog ran over. It just stood there looking at me. So I took the stick and chased it away. Unexpectedly, it was not afraid, but even bit my butt. Oh my God, I felt like I wanted to die. I didn't even have any privacy, and I didn't do anything to provoke it. I was angry and ran into the house, grabbed a knife from under the kitchen when my parents weren't paying attention, and chased after it. I swore I would cut off its beloved tail. After a while, both of us were exhausted, standing there panting. Unexpectedly, someone from the neighborhood saw it, scolded me for mistreating animals, but I didn't care what he thought. I continued to chase after the dog. From the east side of the village to the west side of the village, everyone was shocked when they saw this scene. One person saw my bleeding butt, worried, so he ran home and told my father, "Your son is being bitten by a dog." My father worriedly called relatives to intervene, so they ran out to find me. But I only thought about catching the dog and cutting its tail. When everyone ran out to the street, I was in the field. At this time, the whole village seemed to be in a lively festival. Finally, because my legs were short, I couldn't run faster. I was forced like a pig by my relatives. My father finally caught up and gave me a few hits on my butt. At this time, I felt like the world was spinning. When checking my body, besides the bruised and bitten butt, everything else was fine. My father took me to the hospital to get medicine. When I got home, sitting on a chair was a torture for me. Besides wearing pants without underwear, even my friend saw me in distress. He opened his mouth and laughed. I hated that dog, so every day I carried a knife and went to the neighbor's house to play. But I waited and still didn't see the dog appear. It seems like it got wind of the bad news. Until the third day, I gradually lost patience, so I sat in front of the door and looked at the wound. Another dog was approaching. I had no grudge against it. I don't know why it growled, and then when I wasn't paying attention, it rushed forward and bit my leg. I screamed like a pig, and then I was taken to the hospital again. When lying in the hospital bed, I heard the doctor's voice echoing, "Luckily you were brought in time. Otherwise, we would have had to amputate your leg." From then on, I became a well-behaved child, no longer stubborn, and even helped my parents with household chores.